Mark, I'm going to start with you because you said that ARM would, in fact, emerge as a bellwether tech stock. I realize it's just day one, but what does this bump on day one mean when you look at the context of the broader IPO market and where it's been up until now?
Well, look, I think it's a great data point. Hopefully, the first maybe a small data set. The market. This was a deal that had a great company that is scaled and profitable. And really ran a tremendous process of informing the buy side of all the growth drivers behind it. So I was not surprised, or I am not surprised that it has done well here. And I think this is a great first step to reopening what has been sort of an 18-month drought of IPOs in the U.S. tech markets. Last thing I'll say is I think it really does start to build a better emotional vibe in the boardrooms of small and mid-cap companies who can now look at this and potentially see a pathway to a much more active 2024.
Janae, do you agree that this strong debut here from ARM that is going to be enough here to help thaw some of the, the fact that we haven't seen much activity at all in the IPO market?
Yeah, I think the fact that the IPO has gone very well today and over the last few days is a strong indicator. I talked to an analyst this morning and he said, if you're looking at the IPO markets thawing, you can't just focus on one company. It has to be a few companies that are listing. And the fact that two other very strong companies, Klaviyo and Instacart, are planning to go public this month means that this is a bellwether, but it needs a little bit more than just one company to list to give a sense of a shift. I think the fact that ARM has done incredibly well in opening, and I think they could have even gone higher. They talked about it being 10 times oversubscribed. They could have even jumped the price a little bit higher. They went on the higher range for this IPO, but they didn't go too high, I think is important because everyone's looking at pricing. And if they price it too high, that could certainly dampen the market. So I think it's been interesting to watch the sort of conservative pricing that we've seen around this ARM IPO. We know that SoftBank acquired a 25% stake from the Vision Fund at $64 billion. So certainly they could have pushed this higher and they didn't. And I think that's because of the space we're in as a market right now.